Hello and welcome to NEO IAS Daily Current Affairs Program. Today is 10th March 2019 and the topic today we are going to discuss is Antarctic Treaty, Great Indian Bustard, Sundarban Wetlands, Purple Frog, Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, Map-aided Program and the previous year question revision series. Coming to the first topic, that's the Antarctic Treaty. So this is in news because China is set to make a law on Antarctic operation and its protection. As you all know, China is a signatory to the Antarctic Treaty since 1983 and China is currently building its 5th research station in Antarctica. So, it already have 4 research stations and the largest number of research station is owned by US. It has 6 research stations. After that, it's China 4. Now, it's building the 5th one and there is Australia which has also the 3 research station in Antarctica. And China's iceberger Xiaolong, there is a icebreaker Xiaolong, it is also called a snow dragon. It is coming back after the research mission. Okay, that is why China is very keen about the Antarctic operations. And this Antarctic Treaty, it was signed in 1959 among 12 countries around that Antarctica. And it is in order to demilitarize that zone and it is to preserve that area only for research purposes. Okay, and it designates that the entire continent as a natural reserve and it prohibits any kind of commercial resource extraction program in Antarctica. Okay, and it entered into force in 1961. Even though it started in 1959, it entered into the force in 1961 and since then many countries started acceding to this treaty and India has also acceded to the treaty and now the total number of parties are 53. From 12 it became 53. Initially it was only 12 countries. I'll tell you all the 12 countries. It's Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Chile, France, Japan, New Zealand, Norway, South Africa, then the Soviet Union, United Kingdom and the US. Okay, these are all the countries, the 12 countries that surrounds the, signed the Antarctic Treaty initially. Then the Antarctic Treaty Secretariat, it is placed in Buenos Aires in Argentina. And one more thing is there are many conventions taken under this Antarctic Treaty. Some major conventions are conservation on Antarctic seals, then conservation of Antarctic marine living resources, etc. So, in this particular topic, you have to remember why is it in news, because I have already told you the highest number of the research station is owned by US, then comes China. You have to know that order, and the minimum number of missions, at least 2 or 3 missions that has been sent to Antarctica. Okay, and by which treaty it came into being, who are all the starting signatory countries. Okay, and Indian Antarctic program, talking about the Indian Antarctic program, it's multidisciplinary or it's called the multi-institutional program because it works, even though it's work under National Center for Antarctic and Ocean Research that comes in the Ministry of Earth Sciences. It has many agencies coming together because it's a multi-institutional program. Okay, it initially started in 1981 and that's when India had the first expedition to Antarctica. And this program has gained a global acceptance because India signing of Antarctic Treaty and at the same time they are constructing this Dakshin Gangotri in Antarctic research base. So, it has gained the global acceptance and also India is using this for various programs like various studies like atmospheric studies, biological, then earth studies, then the medical sciences or the chemical. Anything, the India is using this research base for studies in every sector. Okay, and there are 3 major research stations. Only 3 stations are there for India. One is Dakshin Gangotri. Dakshin Gangotri came the first. It was the first Indian research base in Antarctica, and it is a part of Indian Antarctic program, and it is 2,500 kilometers away from South Pole. Okay, it was during that first expedition in 1983. And then comes Maitri. Maitri is the second permanent research station in Antarctica and it was built after some years, that is in 1989 it was built, and this Maitri is located on the rocky mountainous region. It's called as Shirmeshwar Oasis. Okay, it is placed on Shirmeshwar Oasis, this Maitri. Okay, it's a second expedition, and they have also built a lake, an artificial lake around Maitri, and that lake is called as Lake Priyadarshini. Okay, and the third program is Bharati. Bharati is very blissful for India, because India joined that elite member club of 9 nations that have multiple stations at that region. Okay, and this Bharati is the latest research station and started since 2012, and it is mainly for studying about the weather, and still the researchers are work in safety despite of the harsh weather in Bharati station. It's very compatible, and it is 3000 kilometer east of Maitri. Okay, so that is the India's Antarctic program. So you have to know Antarctic Treaty, India's Antarctic program, which all are the countries which have multiple stations over there, and who have like more number of stations. Okay. Now coming to the next topic, there's a Great Indian Bustard. Great Indian Bustard is in news because it gets this radio tag in Rajasthan. Okay, Rajasthan Forest Department and the Wildlife Institute of India together is giving this radio tag for critically endangered Great Indian Bustard. It's critically endangered, very important. Okay, and locally in Rajasthan it is called as Godawan. I don't know whether I am pronouncing it correct, because locally it may be like some other pronunciation, but I am saying it is locally saying it's locally called as Godawan in Rajasthan, and it is basically it can be distinguished by its black crown on the forehead, and it has a pale neck, and it's a black body, black, brown and grey mixed body. The wings have these colors. So this is how the Great Indian Bustard look. I don't have a pic today because I have already covered this Great Indian Bustard in previous session. So I hope you guys remember that. And the historical habitat, as a natural habitat, it should be found was in Punjab, Haryana, then UP, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha, Andhra, then it has Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, all the arid region, the wherever you find the thorn forest, those areas are the natural habitats of Great Indian Bustard. But currently, as it is critically endangered, it's only found in Andhra, Gujarat, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Okay, nowhere else. And its biggest threat is from hunting. Then there is like occasional poaching is there. Then high tension electric wires kill them, fast moving vehicles, then the free ranging dogs from the villages. These are all the threats that GIB faces, and habitat loss is also a major threat. Okay, and the conservation status, regarding the conservation status, it is listed in the Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act, very important. And it is also mentioned in CMS. CMS is Convention on Migratory Species, that is also important. It is mentioned in Appendix 1 of the sites. Then it's critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. Okay, and we also have many local programs to conserve Great Indian Bustard also under Ministry of Environment. Okay, so these are all the important things you have to know about GIB. Know about the conservation status. That is what you have to like answer even in your sleep. Okay, conservation status pakka you have to know. Then the range states where all it is present, and what is the habitat it prefer. Okay, it's basically dry climate, dry area. Okay, dry vegetation. Next topic is okay, Sundarban wetlands. Sundarban wetland is in news because it is being notified as Ramsar's 27th Ramsar wetland in India under Ramsar Convention. So it is like hundreds of islands, then the river tributaries, rivers, and it's a huge delta of Ganga and Brahmaputra in Bay of Bengal. So it is spread in India as well as in Bangladesh. So in saying about the mangrove forest area, 60% of the country's mangrove forest cover is in Sundarban. Okay, it is the 27th Ramsar site in India now, and it will be now the largest protected wetland in India. Okay, and talking about the Ramsar Convention, it's an international agreement in order to conserve or protect the wetlands under threat. So, it is the only global treaty to focus on a single ecosystem. No other treaty is focusing on a single ecosystem. It is only considering this wetland. Okay, and it was adopted in Iranian city of Ramsar, as you already know. It is in 1971 and it came into force in 1975. Okay, and the major threat are it is being diverted for agricultural use or for grazing, or dams are being built, canals are being built. So, that is what is degrading wetlands. Okay, and the Indian Sundarban, Bangladesh Sundarban is already in UNESCO list since 1992. So, Indian Sundarban is been suggested, and it met 4 of the 9 criteria. It has 9 criteria to get into the list. So, it has met all 4 of the 9 criteria. One is the presence of rare species and threatened ecological community, and the next one is biological diversity. Then significant and representative fish species should be there. Fish spawning ground and migration path should be there. Okay, so since it is an ecotone, it's a transition zone between a river ecosystem and a terrestrial ecosystem. It should have huge biological diversity. It should also contain the edge species, the rare species. Okay, as it is swampy area, so it should be a very spawning ground for fish as well as migratory birds. So, it is very important site. Okay, and it is also home to the Royal Bengal tiger. Okay, and it has many rare species like river terrapin. River terrapin is critically endangered, and then you have Airavadi dolphin, which is also endangered, and then fishing cat is there, which is vulnerable in vulnerable status. Okay, so this Ramsar status will help the site to they will highlight the conservation issues of Sundarban at an international level. Okay, and Bangladesh, I already told you, Bangladesh is in the list. Sundarban Delta of Bangladesh is in the list since 1991. Okay, so the Indian subcontinent is also getting into, so there will be an international cooperation between the 2 countries for protecting the entire stretch of Sundarbans. Okay. And in this thing, you have to know about the convention, Ramsar Convention, then which are all the important species that is found in Sundarbans, and what is the importance of Sundarbans in India. That's it. Okay, what's a major threat? Next topic is purple frog. So, purple frog is in news because it is under threat because of the human activities. So, its biological breeding is getting affected. So, these purple frogs are endangered species. They are soil dwelling purple frog. Okay, and it belongs to Western Ghats. It starts its life as a tadpole. A tadpole is basically the larval stage of the life of a frog or a toad or an amphibian. Okay, basically it starts as a tadpole. Okay, it's already it is being seen in running water. Okay, wherever there is one running water, you can see the aggregation of these tadpoles. Okay, they are basically rheophilic. Rheophilic means they thrive in running water. Okay, and okay, they gather in large number in an area where there is running water, where the velocity is very high. Okay, and it also prefer the steep and rocky slopes around along the streams or the rivers. Okay, and it is also called as pig-nosed frog, and it is first found in Idukki district of Kerala. Okay, please do check Idukki district of Kerala. It has huge diversity, and it has also many wildlife sanctuaries, and it is a part of Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. So, have a look at Idukki, the place Idukki of Kerala. Okay, and it is endemic to Western Ghats. The purple frog is endemic to Western Ghats. The scientist people, they are saying, the geographers are saying that it is once in a century find, because it's a very rare species to find. It has a bloated body. It's like it has drank a lot of water and got like a balloon structure. It's a bloated body, and it has short limbs. Okay, and it has a dark purple color. and it is burrow dwelling. It is found in well aerated soil, so it creates burrows. Okay, it dig and go. Okay, that is how it is. So that's all you have to know about purple frog. The maximum the range of the question which can be expected is purple frog is found in this area, northeast, Andaman and Nicobar, Western Ghats, Gujarat, like that. Or you can also see like a statement wise question. So it is endemic to Western Ghats, or it is seen in Sri Lanka also. They can twist and give. That is all you have, you expect question from a species. Okay. Coming to the next topic, that is a Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. So this is a mission of NASA. You have to know it is a mission of NASA. It is sent to the day side of moon. Okay. So this is a robotic spacecraft and it is now orbiting the moon. So it is to mainly find any scientific discovery about the moon, and now they have found some water molecules moving around the day side of the moon. Okay, and this is launched in conjunction with another project, that is Lunar Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite, that is LCROSS. Okay, so both are launched together in 2009 by NASA. Okay, and you have to remember one more term here, that is LROC, that is Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter Camera. Okay, basically it is 3 camera, it is mounted on the top of this LRO. Okay, what they do, they capture high resolution black and white images. Okay, and they can also take this multispectral images of the moon, of the lunar surface. Okay, that is a function. So 3 terms you have to remember here. One is Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter together with Lunar Crater Observation and Sensing Satellite LCROSS. So LRO and LCROSS, it is a mission of NASA to moon. It has found the water molecules moving around the day side of the moon. And you have one more thing, LROC, that is a camera fitted on LRO in order to take high resolution black and white pictures. Okay. Next is map aided program. I have Marshall Islands. See, Marshall Island, you can find a number of videos about Marshall Island in YouTube. Actually, the Marshall Island is famous for this Bikini Island of Marshall Island. There has been a lot of documentary about the Bikini Island because US have tested this nuclear weapon in Bikini Island and a lot of people got displaced. They are still suffering from the infection. So, that radiation causes. So, you can check the YouTube for Marshall Islands, specifically this Bikini Island. Please go through it. It's a very sad documentary actually. And coming to the topic, Marshall Island is an island country and it is the associated state of US. Okay, it is near to the equator. It is slightly west to the international dateline. It is very close to the international dateline. Geographically saying, it is a part of the island group of Micronesia, but it is actually an island country. And this is known as the Pacific Proving Grounds. The name is given by US, Pacific Proving Grounds. Okay, basically they are used for nuclear testing. Many sites, many islands of Marshall Islands are used for nuclear testing. And the nuclear weapon that codenamed Able was tested on Bikini Island. That was very tragic. Okay, please check the documentary. It happened in 1946. So this is Marshall Island, guys. So you have the Federated States of Micronesia and the Kiribati Island. They are the neighbors. Okay, and see, it's a archipelago in the Pacific Ocean near to the equator and west of international dateline. Okay, and this is in news because it has freshly launched digital currency known as SOV. Okay, so that is why it is in news. That is why I took this topic. Okay. So coming to the next, that's a previous year question revision series. I'll read out the question. Why is Government of India disinvesting its equity in central public sector enterprises? Statement, the government intends to use the revenue earned from the disinvestment mainly to pay back the external debt. Second statement, the government no longer intend to retain the management of the control of CPSEs. Okay, if you don't know the answer, see, when we say mainly, the first statement you can see this, the word mainly, the money is to be used to pay the external debt. It is it can be said that it can be used for the external debt, but it may or may not use it for the external debt. It can use it for the internal debt as well. It can use it for other purpose also. So mainly is an extreme statement. In most cases it can be wrong. And the government no longer intend to retain the management control of CPSEs, means government is still maintaining in many CPSE 51%. Okay, only the other 49% is being disinvested. Okay, so that statement no longer is an extreme statement. So that is wrong. Okay, the first statement is it is mainly disinvested to pay back the external debt, not in all cases. So both the statements are wrong. The answer should be D. Okay, so disinvestment is basically a percentage of share owned by the government in public undertaking is been given to the private sector, and it started in 1991 because of the economic liberalization and the structural reform that happened in 1991. So in this case, the government may intend to retain the management control. Okay, because in most cases it gives like only 49% or 51% will be with the government itself, and it is used for many purposes, not only for the debt. Okay, so that question, the answer should be D. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. If you have any doubts, as usual, mention it in the comment section. I'll reply to it as soon as possible. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much. Good night.